Listen, I'm going to tell you something that will probably piss off half the internet, but someone needs to say it. And the truth is, the market has already spoken. You know what I see when I look around? Successful men, good-looking men, intelligent men, sitting alone for years, not months, years. And before you start typing your angry comment, let me ask you something. When was the last time you saw a genuinely happy couple under 35? I mean genuinely happy, not Instagram happy. Take your time, I'll wait. You can't remember, can you? And there's a reason for that. We've created a world where being alone has become the rational choice for most men, not the desired choice, the rational one. It's like choosing to walk instead of getting into a car that has a 70% chance of crashing. You understand what I'm saying? The math just doesn't work anymore. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine you're at a casino, and there's this special table. To sit down, you need to bet your entire life savings, your emotional stability, half your future earnings, and your mental health. The dealer tells you that historically, 70% of players lose everything. The 30% who win, half of them say the prize wasn't even worth the stress. Would you sit at that table? Of course not. But that's exactly what modern relationships have become for men. A high-stakes, low-return gamble where the house is always favored. And then we wonder why they're choosing to stay home. I had this conversation with my cousin last week. He's 34, makes good money, works out, dresses well, the whole package. He tells me, I haven't been on a date in 3 years. I ask him why. You know what he says? Every time I open those dating apps, I feel like I'm applying for a job I'm not qualified for. The requirements? CEO position requires minimum height 6'2", salary in the top 5%, must own property in 3 countries, speak 4 languages, have the humor of a comedian, the body of an athlete, and the emotional availability of a therapist. Previous experience as a mind reader preferred. Here's the thing that nobody wants to admit. Women have priced themselves out of the market. It's like watching someone list their $1,995 Honda Civic for the price of a Ferrari because they installed new seat covers. They've confused their value with their demands. And when nobody's buying, instead of adjusting the price, they blame the customers for being cheap. The worst part is not the unrealistic demands, it's the complete destructive devaluation of what men actually offer. I'll get to that in a minute. I remember being 22, meeting this girl at a coffee shop. She worked retail, lived with 3 roommates, had maybe $200 in her bank account, but her dating requirements? The man needed his own house, a luxury car, regular vacations abroad, and enough free time to entertain her constantly. I asked her, "What do you bring to match all that?" She looked at me like I asked her to solve quantum physics. "I'm the prize," she said. "The prize for what? Participating?" This isn't some isolated incident. This is the mentality everywhere now. Women who can't cook demanding personal chefs. Women who don't exercise demanding athletes. Women with massive debt demanding millionaires. The delusion is so widespread, it's become normalized. You know what happens when you set up a game where only one side can win? People stop playing. It's that simple. Men aren't stupid. We can do cost-benefit analysis. We see our friends getting divorced, losing their kids, paying alimony to women who despise them. We see good men being mocked online for not being good enough. We see the videos, you know which ones, where women laugh about using men for free dinners, calling it foodie calls. They have WhatsApp groups where they share strategies on how to extract maximum resources with minimum investment. And then these same women wonder where all the good men went. They went home. They're playing video games, working on their careers, hanging with their boys. At least there, effort equals reward. But let me tell you the real poison in all of this. It's the complete devaluation of what men actually offer. A man today can work 60 hours a week, pay all the bills, fix everything that breaks, be emotionally supportive, remember every anniversary, plan romantic dates. And what does he hear? That's the bare minimum. Before we go any further, let me ask you this directly. If a man provides financial security, emotional support, and loyalty, is that truly the bare minimum? Or have we redefined effort into something unattainable? Drop your opinion in the comments below right now. My grandfather supported a family of 5 on one salary, and my grandmother treated him like a king for it. She would iron his shirts with pride, cook his favorite meals, respect his decisions. Now, you need to be a millionaire just to get a thank you. And even then, it comes with conditions. Here's an exercise I want you to try. Open any social media platform and search for "Men are trash." Count the posts. Millions. Now, search for "Women are trash." See the difference? One is celebrated with likes and shares. The other is banned, deleted, called misogyny. We've normalized the complete disrespect of an entire gender and then act surprised when that gender opts out of participating. The housing thing. Let me address that because it's crucial. You know what's insane? A woman living in a shared apartment with 5 people, sleeping on a mattress on the floor, eating instant noodles for dinner, will reject a man because he doesn't own property. It's like someone who can't swim demanding to date only Olympic swimmers. In major cities, maybe 5% of men under 35 own property, so 95% of men are automatically disqualified. And then women complain about not finding anyone. The math doesn't math. I knew this girl, Anna. She rejected every man for 5 years. She had a spreadsheet, a literal Excel spreadsheet with requirements. Height minimum 6 feet. Salary minimum $100,000. Must have traveled to at least 10 countries. She was a receptionist making $30,000 a year. Now she's 35, panicking, lowering her standards daily like a clearance sale. But here's the thing. The men she wants? They're dating 2 5-year-olds. Time is undefeated. Father Time remains unbeaten. And let's talk about this independent woman narrative. The most truly independent women I know, successful, self-sufficient, they don't broadcast it. But these women working entry-level jobs, living paycheck to paycheck, they're the ones screaming about not needing a man. We all know it's cope. The biological clock is real. I see the predictable pattern in my consultations. 22. Men are distractions. 28. I'm ready for something serious, but only if he meets my 47-point checklist. 33. Where did all the good men go? 38. I'll date anyone with a pulse who texts back. Men have caught on to this pattern. Why should a successful 3-5-year-old man date a 3-5-year-old woman with baggage, attitude, declining fertility, and a body count higher than a basketball score when he can date a 2-5-year-old who's actually happy to be with him? This is not misogyny. It's market dynamics. You can hate it all you want, but that won't change it. Reality doesn't care about your feelings. You want to know what the average guy wants? Someone who's pleasant to be around, loyal, takes care of herself reasonably well, and actually likes him. Not just what he can provide, but somehow that's too much to ask for. Instead, we get women who see relationships as business transactions, where they're the CEO, and you're an unpaid intern hoping for a permanent position that never comes. You know what nobody talks about? The peace that comes with male solitude. No drama, no arguments, no emotional roller coasters. You come home and it's quiet. Your money is yours. Your time is yours. Your decisions are yours. You want to buy a motorcycle? Buy it. Want to invest in crypto? Do it. Want to spend the weekend playing video games? Nobody's complaining. This isn't loneliness. It's freedom. Men have adapted to loneliness like humans adapted to cold climates. We built tools and moved on. We've turned loneliness from a bug into a feature. Meanwhile, I see women having complete mental breakdowns because they're alone, posting wine memes thinking alcoholism is quirky, self-love quotes that fool nobody. They bought the lie that they could have it all whenever they wanted it. Nobody told them that men would simply stop showing up to the audition. The solution? There isn't one. This is the bed we've made collectively as a society. Women won't lower their standards until it's too late. And by then, men won't care. Men won't participate in a game they can't win. You want my advice for men? Focus entirely on yourself. Build your wealth, health, and happiness. If a woman adds value to your life, great. If not, you've lost nothing and saved everything. This will continue until the pain becomes unbearable for everyone. Until women realize that having standards is fine, but having delusional standards is self-sabotage. Until men realize that some women are worth the effort, just not most. Reality is undefeated.